I've known Mary since I was 17 years old. I met my husband, who was Mary's husband's probably best friend from when they were young boys. And through the 45-year friendship, I watched her kids grow. She was probably the best mentor I ever had raising my own children. I could go stop at her house. I have so many good memories of Wardell Circle. Her kids were raised in that house. My kids were born. The family atmosphere was just unbelievable. We played cards, we swam in the pool, we went out on the river, and every afternoon when I was having a bad day, when the kids were little and driving me crazy, I would go to Mary. Her kids were a little bit older, and she would talk me through raising a family. And the friendship has been invaluable to me. She's always been there for me.
I've known Mary George for close to 45 years on a personal basis. I knew her when she first married Bill, because we were friends with the George family, but I've gotten to know her in the past 45 years, and she's just an amazing person. If you really want to know about Mary, all you have to do is take a look at her family. Her 5 children are not only successful in their careers and in their fields of endeavor, but Mary and Bill instilled in them a tremendous sense of community, tremendous values, morals, a code of ethics that's incredible. What Mary did was she took these values and traits that she has and combined with her passion for education and her love of the city of Long Branch, and became a member of the Board of Education, where she has served for so many years as a voice of reason and a voice of without any pretense or agenda for the kids and the people of the city of Long Branch. Mary has no ego. She's totally the person you see she is. She's as real as they come. I think of the Kipling verse where he talks about being able to talk to the common folk in the crowd and yet walk with kings and never lose sense of the person you are and the ability to be a genuine person. And that's Mary. She's so genuine. You'll see her somewhere and she'll stop and ask you about your grandchildren, and she really cares. It's not a pro forma thing or, oh, well, I'm supposed to do that. With Mary, it's real.
My sister, my friend, my inspiration, awesome, awesome mother and wife and daughter and sister. And Mary is so deserving of this award. She does indeed devote her time and energies to the community because she loves her community. She loves the school, the Board of Education, the chamber, the library. Everything she's involved with is completely selfless and something that she wants to do.
Mary, what a great topic. Sweet, lovely, delightful. I've known her for over 50 years, and we've just enjoyed each other tremendously. She's done so much for the community, and that's always been her philosophy, to give back to others, whether it's as a personal friend or whether it's to a group of people, whether it's to the library, certainly for the Long Branch Chamber of Commerce. But she has done so much when I look at her success and her expertise, really, with the Long Branch Board of Education. She is a professional in education, certified teacher, so she goes into the Board of Education with the knowledge of what is needed in the schools, all schools, and regardless of the grade level, whether it's from pre-K or right up through high school, her knowledge, her compassion is there also. I find her to be caring, honest, trustworthy, very fair. And I think those are qualities that made her so successful with the Board of Education and in her daily life, too.
I remember the first time I ever met Mary. We had a lunch together. A group was approaching the city about selling us the Elbron Library for $1, and she was included in that group. What was funny is I already knew other members of her family first. Her husband and I ran against each other in 1990, which is not necessarily the best way to get to know somebody. But I had started going to Long Branch High School wrestling matches already, where her son Billy was the coach, and we had gotten to be friendly then. And Mary and I got to know each other and worked together on a number of projects. And it's hard to think of a nicer woman or somebody more involved in town than her and her family.
I'd say the Sirianni brothers are deserving of it because they have, over the course of their respective lives, spent a lot of time in Long Branch and dedicated a lot of their efforts in Long Branch. Joseph, as you know, is now the fire chief. Before that, he was very much involved with the first aid squad. I think he still is. They live in Long Branch, and he's very active with the fire department, with the first aid, and before that, he was active in the family business, which was on Brighton Avenue. And you have his twin brother, Father Anthony, who grew up in Long Branch, obviously, and followed his older brother, Sam, into the priesthood, but in two separate dioceses. Anthony is in Metuchen. Father Sam, or Monsignor Sam, excuse me, is with Trenton. And Monsignor Sam was really overjoyed when he became the pastor of Holy Trinity, Star of the Sea, and St. John the Baptist, and was really crushed when he got transferred to Freehold, to St. Robert Bellarmine. But his roots are still in Long Branch. He still comes back to Long Branch, and so does Father Anthony for marriages, baptisms, all types of family and friend celebrations. So they're really a part of the fabric of the city, in my estimation. And Michael missed his calling. Michael should have been a comic because he's got a great sense of humor and he's got a great command of common sense. And I hear nothing but good things about him as being a member of the council and also at the culinary school. He's very active. I've seen him in action with his students. I've seen him in action at the culinary school when they've had various affairs. Once they hosted the Greater Ocean Township Chamber of Commerce for a breakfast, and he gave everyone assembled a very good overview of what he does at the culinary school, what his students do, and things of that nature. Of course, Michael's greatest creation is his son, Michael Jr., who is also a product of the local school system. And they all contribute in their own way to Long Branch, to the community.
The Sirianni family, a great family. First family that I met when I came to the United States. I think that they are, again, a great family because they are involved in the life of this town. Each one of them is, one way or another, something to do or has something to do with the life of this town. Starting with their father when he was alive to the littlest one, Joe Sirianni. And again, member of their family, member of the city council, member of the fire department, member of the first aid, member of the clergy. I think that there is not too many families that I know of that has so many members of the family involved in the life of this town. And I think that they deserve this award and this recognition.
The Sirianni family has been around Long Branch longer than most of us. The first time Pat and I took Amy out after she was born was when the Sirianni's Friendly Cafe was closing, and the first picture we have of Amy outside the house, Tut is holding her. I'm sure Pat can still find that picture. Mike is the one I know the best. He's a councilman in town now. He was on the zoning board. He was on the school board many years ago, and we've gotten to be quite friendly. He's a great guy to work with. His goal for the community is just for things to be better, and we've had a good time working together the last 4 years. Joseph is the fire chief in town, has been involved in the first aid squad, the Elberon Fire Company, and just somebody committed to the idea of public safety and being involved in the community. And then, you know, when Monsignor was involved at Holy Trinity, you knew that he was making a difference in town. So many people were involved in Holy Trinity their entire lives, and to have somebody who grew up here and whose family was so connected to the community as the parish priest was huge in town. And a lot of people were very sad when he was transferred out to Freehold and miss him. Although I know that he still comes back frequently. And Father Anthony, whose parish I don't think has ever been in town, you know, he's the one who goes down to Florida to pick up Maria to bring her back and at the end of the winter. Just, you know, just a family that you like working with in this town, and huge contributors for several generations.